Hi everyone, so just wanted to show you for today. I went out for a walk. I did 20 minutes. I went to the park. It was good. There were lots of people around. There's a big park not far from here. It's just about a 10-minute walk. So I went there and I saw some lovely cardinals and some teeny tiny birds. I don't know what they are, but it was nice to be out and go out. I went after 5 because I'm still on my temporary layoff, and I hope the employment insurance comes through for me because they had stopped my claim, so I tried to refile it. I hope they reinstate it now that they've changed they're making the EI longer, so hopefully I'll get some social support, welfare support through that. And I changed my jewelry because your jewelry, the gems you wear, also affects your circulation in your body. So I'm wearing my citrine bracelet. My tiger eye bracelet is just the brown one. And I'm wearing topaz jewelry. So the topaz is supposed to help with like your liver function, your blood circulation, anything to do with the solar plexus. And I'm wearing the topaz necklace. So this is a rough topaz from India, but I've also got this pendant on. See, little pendant, and this, and they do, when Amazon sends it, they do include a certificate of authenticity. So that's why I'm wearing those. And if you're interested in learning about the chakras, these things which I know they pass down through the Indian tradition, through the Goan tradition. I also have this tiger eye is for protection against the evil eye. And they're things that we learn in the home. But if you want, you can, because people obviously think we are witches or we are, making things up. You can get a chart from Permacharts on Amazon. It's now an actual medical tradition that's used. And you can get this chart which shows you all the chakras in the body, which are the energy centers, and which chakra corresponds to which part of the body. So for me, because I have problems with my liver, I'm focusing on this lower chakra. And it's supposed to be below the navel, but solar plexus are both above and below, so that's why I'm wearing this energy. It's to do with your stomach, your spleen, your liver, your adrenals, your small intestine, your upper abdomen, and your digestive tract. And that's why I'm wearing this jewelry today. And for the lower chakra, for your second chakra, it's to do with the skin, the stomach, liver, spleen, gallbladder, kidney, bladder, pancreas, upper intestinals, and middle spine. So basically very similar because it's the two chakras that deal with the solar plexus and the sacral chakra. And then inside this chart, you have all the different energy centers and what they correspond to. And then how you can look at the imbalance, where's the imbalance, and how you can correct it. St. Hildegard touches on this, and there are other energy healers that touch on this. And then when you look at the sounds, it's the sound like home, the O in home. When you do your meditation, you can use that in it. And it gives you the recommendations, the carnelian stone, golden topaz, tiger eye, and moonstone. And then for your essential oils, you can use rose, sandalwood, jasmine. And for the lower chakra, frankincense and rosewood. So those are the things I'm using. And also for the lower chakra, garnet, jasper, ruby, and hematite. So when you buy your jewelry and you buy them, don't just buy jewelry for the sake of it. Look at your jewelry, look at how it can help you with healing. Because after all, you're looking nice, but you also can use that in your daily healing and your daily practices and your meditations. They give you some meditations and some things that you can use for affirmations. They're good charts to get. I've had mine for a long time now, and I just keep it in my cupboard. I take it out now and again when I need to work on something. But yeah, this is all part of the Indian tradition, Goan tradition. My grandmother used to tell me about that, about evil eye and using the tiger eye stone. And lots of people used to laugh and say, yeah, there's no truth in it, there's no evil eye, but there is. And she used to pray the I believe, and she used to pray over us and then use the coarse salt and chilies. She used to burn that and then pray with us, pray that over us when we were children, and then throw those red chilies and the salt out. So some of these things are handed on from tradition to tradition, generation to generation. And some people believe in them and others don't. Some people want to go to school to learn about them. But I believe in them. I keep the tiger eye stone, I keep it in my home, and I use my jewelry accordingly. I don't just use it. Even the crystals that are in your watch, the quartz crystals, they also are good for your blood circulation. They have different impacts on your body. So if you're wearing a watch, that's also helping you. And you have little chakras in the front lobes of your ears. You have chakras in different parts in the front of your hands, your palms, the back of your palms. There are different energy centers on the body. That's why when somebody comes into your home, they bring that energy with them. Or even if you go to church, like when you come home, you wash your hands. It's not just for dirt. It's also that you are in the presence of many people's energies. So you also need to wash your hands. And yeah, people keep holy water in their homes. Some people even keep a little, just like the church has a little bowl with holy water near the entrance of their home. They bless themselves when they come in. I don't do that, but I have a picture of the Sacred Heart of Jesus at the entrance of my home. I have crosses, and I have a cross on my altar. I have crosses in the bedroom. I have a cross by the entrance to my balcony. So I do keep sacred objects, and this is a good chart if you want to get it, because it shows you where the minor chakras are and where the major ones are, and how you can use your jewelry and your essential oils to balance it. And that was also part of my course when I took my aromatherapy course, and I did the compress class. They also gave us a handout which touched on the different chakra energies and the essential oils you can use for that. And it's not like when we do a compress at home, we just use a cloth. So we don't, we just use like a hot cloth or a cold cloth that you dip in water, which has your essential oils in, and then you put it over the part of the body that you want to treat. But here they do it differently. They'll put that mixture onto cotton or a pad or something, and then they'll use cling film to seal that area and leave it on for 15 or 20 minutes and then take it off. I still prefer to use a cloth. I think it's cleaner if you're using it with warm water or cold water and dipping it into the bowl and then wringing that out and putting it on that part of the body. It's also good for bruises and things like that. You can use different oils. So yeah, it was part of my aromatherapy course, but some of it I learned in the home. I learned from my mom and my grandmother. My mom used to also do that prayer for us, because after my dad died, the three of us were always getting sick. We had to take malt in winter, and even like my balance being off and all that, part of it was corrected through music lessons. But they have a firm belief in the church, in the evil eye, and how that evil eye can impact you, your career, your life, what you're going through. And I believe that because I've done very well in this country in terms of my education, in terms of helping people, in terms of the opportunities I've gotten. But every time I get them, somebody spoils it for me. Something spoils it for me. They're getting rid of workers, or we go into a recession, or this happens, that happens. And this is the third time that I've been in this position in Canada. You know the meaning of Canada? It means it's nothing, there's nothing there in the Aboriginal way. But they say it's community of nations. So even the land you're living on, it has different blessings and different curses on it. So yeah, they did all those things for us when we were small, when we were growing up. And I eventually stopped falling off my bicycle. But even when I started taking the New Testament, I started having falls, and my balance used to just go off. I'd just be walking like normal, and all of a sudden I would find that I'm on the floor. There was nothing there. The pavement wasn't uneven or anything like that. And all of a sudden I'd fall down. So that's why I believe some of it is spiritual. But now I'm passing it on to everybody else. So Satan always wins in the short run, but he loses in the long run with me, because I tell everyone. So that's what I do. So now you all know there are spiritual attacks also that come against families, against people. I've done enrollments for my family with the Marians, with different places, with the miraculous medal. And I wear my miraculous medal. I wear it inside. See? So I use all my sacramentals. I use everything. But I just hope that this is going to pass and that I'll be able to come up financially and do the things I need to do. Because I don't see why each generation has to go through what the previous generation went through. It's evil. If you say, oh, you have to go through what I went through because we had to do this. Oh, what about people in the Stone Age? So do you want me to go live in a hut as well and cut my meat with a stone? It's ridiculous. People should want things to get better for us and get better for their children and get better for us to come up. Not like, okay, now you're in your 50s, now you can own a house. It's ridiculous. That's why young people don't start families. They don't want to get married. They don't want to have babies, because it's like, well, they're thinking, how can I save? How can I afford this child? And I don't want social services to come and take my baby away from me. Right? Because that's the Bill Gates idea. Oh, don't have your children. Delay having your children. Save up. Save 30% of your income. So you think on minimum wage we can save anything as executives? Is it realistic, Bill Gates? It's just ridiculous. That's why people want to go back to Africa, because here the GDP is failing. Canada is the worst nation of the G7. We have the worst economic growth and the worst outlook. So that's why if I get an opportunity to go, you think I'm going to stay here? Where I know that they're deliberately coordinating things so that people like me don't come up. Why would I stay? Then I told Damien Howard to take me to England. He's not taking me. He's working there at Oxford. Why doesn't he take me? So they don't want to help me, then I have to help myself. Now I have all the tools. I can go back there. I'm not frightened to go back to South Africa. I've got lots of friends there. I'm not scared. There's no point staying in a country where you know it's performing the worst of the G7. Things are not getting better for you. The people know that you haven't got any savings. They know that you haven't got a job. I mean, people should be helping me and my mom. People should be helping us to come up financially. Give us some money. They should be helping. For donkey's years, I've been asking all these St. Vincent de Paul, Share Life, asking at the church. I mean, if you spend your life helping in the church, people should also help you to grow your ministry, to get into organizations, to get into good paid jobs. It's the same thing. It's like a cycle in Canada that never breaks. So that's why I'm saying if I get an opportunity, I'll go back. And you say, oh, there's corruption. You know what? There's corruption everywhere. Yeah, the corruption is worse. That's why now there's all these hijackings and all the stuff that's taking place. Because everybody wants to come up in life. Everyone wants to have a shot at owning those sports cars and big homes and living a nice life, not killing yourself in minimum wage. And most of the people in the call center are Indian. You might find 1 or 2 whites, you might find 1 or 2 blacks. Most of us are Indian. And most of us have master's degrees and MBAs, and we have good qualifications. We're clever people, we're not stupid. So, I'll leave you with that. Now I have a call to go on to for EWTN. I have some training now to do.